Be me. 31 M. Chief Innovation Officer for a major metropolitan city on the West Coast. Masters in Urban Futurology from a liberal arts college in Vermont. Drive a vintage restored electric Porsche 911. Live in a brutalist concrete penthouse overlooking the port. My aesthetic is cyberpunk minimalism. I drink activated charcoal lattes and wear limited edition Japanese streetwear. I view the city not as a place where people live, but as a dataset to be optimized. My job is to drag this decaying municipal infrastructure into the 22nd century. The mayor loves me. He's a boomer who doesn't understand technology but wants to appear smart. I feed him buzzwords like IoT synergy, granular mobility, and blockchain zoning. He nods and signs the checks. My nemesis is the Department of Public Works, specifically the Traffic Operations Division. They work in the basement of City Hall. No windows. Smells like ozone, stale donuts, and despair. It's a dungeon of CRT monitors and blinking server racks from the late 90s. The head of the department is Oleg, 58M, Russian immigrant. Looks like a potato that was left in the sun too long. Wears the same beige fishing vest every day. Pockets full of crimping tools and fiber optic cables. He manages the entire city's traffic grid on a system called TrafficNet Legacy. It's written in Fortran. It runs on hardware that belongs in a museum, but Oleg insists it is robust and battle-tested. I see it as an embarrassment, a bottleneck preventing my vision of a smart city. It is Q3. The federal grant money has just landed. $50 million for infrastructure modernization. This is my moment. I have a vision. Project Aether. A fully autonomous, AI-driven traffic management ecosystem. No more timed lights. No more induction loops in the asphalt. Everything runs on 5G sensors and real-time pedestrian density analysis. It connects to user smartphones. It gamifies the commute. It is sleek, sexy, and incredibly expensive. I need the budget. I look at the allocation spreadsheet. $20 million is earmarked for critical maintenance. That's Oleg's money. It's for fixing potholes, repainting lines, and updating the backup generators for the traffic signals. Boring, invisible, unsexy. Nobody gets elected because they fixed a pothole. They get elected because they launched a smart corridor. I call a meeting with the mayor and the city comptroller. I present my slide deck. Graphics are incredible. Renderings of happy, diverse millennials walking through green intersections while autonomous pods glide silently by. I use the phrase paradigm shift 6 times. I tell them that spending money on maintenance is reactive. Spending money on Ether is proactive. The mayor is drooling. But what about the current grid? The comptroller asks. Legacy systems are a sunk cost, I say, waving my hand dismissively. Ether will make the old grid obsolete. We don't need to fix the old lights. We're replacing them with smart nodes. This is a lie. We are only replacing 10% of the lights in the downtown core. The rest of the city still needs the old system. But I don't tell them that. I get the sign-off. I take $18 million out of Oleg's maintenance budget. I leave him with $2 million, just enough to keep the lights on, theoretically. I transfer the funds to innovation and development. I feel like Caesar crossing the Rubicon. The next day, I have to inform Oleg. I don't go to his basement. I summon him to my office on the 40th floor. All glass, Herman Miller furniture. View of the skyline. Oleg arrives. He looks out of place. Grease stain on his vest. He refuses to sit on the white leather couch. Oleg, great to see you, I say, sipping a kombucha. I have exciting news. We are moving forward with Project Aether. Oleg stares at me. His eyes are cold, gray beads. And the maintenance budget? He asks. Voice sounds like gravel in a blender. Reallocated, I say brightly. To higher priority initiatives. We are outsourcing the server upkeep to a cloud provider, much cheaper. Oleg blinks. You cannot put TrafficNet on cloud, he says. Latency issues. The copper wiring in the junctions is 40 years old. It needs analog signal. It needs local control. We'll build an API wrapper, I say. It's simple coding, Oleg. Adapt or die. And the backup generators, he asks. We cut those too. The grid is stable. We have redundancy in the cloud. Oleg takes a deep breath. He looks at the view behind me. You are removing the fail-safes, he says. You are removing the human element. The system, it breathes. It needs to be watched. The AI will watch it, I say. Better than you can, if the latency exceeds 200 milliseconds. Oleg says, the synchronization drifts. If it drifts, the interlocks fail. If interlocks fail, you get green lights in 4 directions simultaneously. That's impossible, I scoff. The software prevents that. The software is only as good as the hardware it talks to, Oleg says. And you just cut the budget to fix the hardware. You're being a luddite, Oleg. This is happening. Get on board or get out of the way. Oleg nods slowly. He doesn't argue. He doesn't yell. Okay, he says. I will document this instruction. You do that, I say. Send me the transfer protocols by Friday. He leaves. I feel powerful. I have crushed the resistance. The project begins. I hire a boutique dev shop in San Francisco. Bunch of 22-year-old React developers. They build a beautiful dashboard. Dark mode. Neon accents. It looks like a video game. We start installing the smart nodes downtown. They are giant white pillars with screens and cameras. They cost $150,000 each. We install 50 of them. They look amazing. The press is eating it up. City of the future. The end of traffic. Meanwhile, strange things start happening in the suburbs. Traffic lights flickering during rainstorms. Timing cycles getting stuck. People waiting 10 minutes at a red light at 3 a.m. with no other cars around. Complaints pour in. I route them all to a junk folder labeled Legacy Issues. Not my problem. I'm focused on the launch, the grand opening of the Smart District. Scheduled for November 1st. The mayor is giving a speech in the main intersection. We are closing the streets for the ceremony, then turning on the system live. It's gonna be broadcast on national TV, 2 weeks before launch. I need Oleg to migrate the master control to our new dashboard. I send him an email. Oleg, please provide root access to the legacy controllers so Aether can override them. No reply. I go down to the basement. The door is locked. I swipe my master keycard. Access denied. Strange. I call security. They let me in. The server room is half empty. The racks are there, but the personal touches are gone. No soldering irons, no coffee mugs, just the hum of the old machines. Oleg is sitting at his desk, typing on a command line. He is packing a box. Oleg, why is my keycard locked out? He doesn't look up. Security protocol. System detected unauthorized intrusion attempt from your cloud API. It locked down. Unlock it. I order. I cannot, he says. I resigned this morning. My access expires in. He looks at his Casio watch. 4 minutes. You can't resign, I laugh. We launch in 2 weeks. My contract says 2 weeks notice, he says. I gave notice 2 weeks ago. You ignored email. I check my phone. I search Oleg in my inbox. There it is, buried under 500 Google Alert notifications about my own name. Subject, resignation and transfer of liability. I feel a twinge of panic, but I suppress it. Fine, I say, just give me the root passwords before you go. He hands me a USB drive. Everything is there, he says. Configuration files, encryption keys, and the manual override codes. Great. Good luck finding a job in this economy, Oleg. He stands up, picks up his box. It contains a framed photo of a dog and a singular cactus. I am retiring, he says. I bought a cabin in Montana. No electricity, no internet. He walks to the door, stops, looks at the blinking lights of the server rack one last time. Do not force the handshake, he says. What? The API. If the legacy system does not acknowledge the ping, do not force it. It means the timing belt is out of sync. Yeah, whatever. Get out. He leaves. I am alone with the machines. I call the San Francisco dev team. Hey, I got the keys. Upload the patch. We're taking control. Lead dev, a guy named Skylar, sounds hesitant. Dude, looking at this code, it's ancient. The comments are in Cyrillic. Are you sure we can just overwrite the logic? It's just 0s and 1s, Skylar. Push the update. Okay, but the latency test is showing 400 ms, that's kinda high. It's within tolerance, I lie. Just do it. They push the update. The dashboard lights up. System online. Aether is active. I see all the intersections on my screen. Green dots. It works. I am a genius. Launch day. November 1st. It is raining. Typical. The VIP tent is set up in the middle of 4th and Main. The smart nodes are glowing with a soft blue pulse. The mayor is shaking hands. I am wearing a custom-tailored Italian suit. I feel like Elon Musk but with better fashion sense. The plan. 10 a.m. Mayor speaks. 10:15 a.m. I press the big activate button on a tablet. 10:20 a.m. The streets open. Traffic flows. The AI optimizes everything perfectly. The press is everywhere. 10 a.m. arrives. Mayor starts blathering about the city of tomorrow. I am monitoring the dashboard on my iPad. Everything looks green. Wait. A yellow warning light blinks on the screen. Latency spike 800 ms. I frown. Probably just the rain interfering with the 5G. I tap dismiss. Another warning. Controller M mismatch. Sector 7. Dismiss. Packet loss 15%. Dismiss. I am sweating slightly. 10:15 a.m. Mayor calls me up to the stage. And now, the architect of our future, Julian. Polite applause. I step up. Flashbulbs pop. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Today, we say goodbye to the gridlock of the past. I hold up the tablet. A giant countdown appears on the smart node's screens. 10, 9, 8. I look at the dashboard one last time. The latency number is climbing. 1,200 ms. 2,000 ms. Error, synchronization lost. Attempting force handshake. Oh God. Oleg's voice echoes in my head. Do not force the handshake. But the system is set to auto-retry. 3, 2, 1. I press the button. Activate. The smart nodes flash green. The crowd cheers. The barriers are removed. Cars start flowing into the intersection from the north, and from the south, and from the east, and from the west, simultaneously. The AI has decided that the most optimal flow is to let everyone go at once. Because the latency is so high, the system thinks the intersection is empty when it's actually full. I watch in horror. A delivery truck enters the box. A city bus enters from the right. A Tesla accelerates from the left. Crunch. The sound is sickening. Metal on metal. Glass shattering. The Tesla T-bones the bus. The truck swerves and hits a smart node. The smart node topples over, crashing onto the mayor's podium. The mayor dives out of the way, losing his toupee, screams, panic. But it doesn't stop there. The system is trying to correct the error. It sees the blockage. It decides to reroute traffic. It turns the surrounding 4 intersections green in all directions to flush the queue. More crashes. 5th and Main. Crash. 3rd and Pine. Crash. The entire downtown grid locks up instantly. I am frantically tapping the tablet. Override. Emergency stop. Command QA. Latency. 5,000 ms. The system is lagging by 5 seconds. It is reacting to the past. I pull out my phone. I call Skylar. Shut it down! Kill the server! I can't, Skylar screams. The API wrapper has locked us out. It's in a logic loop. What do? We need to kill the physical connection. You need to unplug the servers in the basement. I drop the tablet. I run. I sprint through the rain, ruining my $800 loafers. I burst into City Hall. Slide across the marble floor. Down the stairs. 2 steps at a time. My heart is hammering like a jackhammer. I reach the basement door. It's locked. My keycard. Still denied. I kick the door. Nothing. Solid steel. I look around. Fire axe in a glass case. I smash the glass. I grab the axe. I start hacking at the door handle. Sparks fly. I am screaming incoherently. Finally, the lock gives. I throw the door open. I run to the server racks. The noise is deafening. The cooling fans are running at 100%. The smell of burning silicon is thick in the air. I look for the power cord. There are thousands of cables. A tangled mess of blue, yellow, and black. I don't know which one is the master power. I start ripping cables out randomly. Fiber optics snap. Copper wires fray. The lights on the servers are still blinking furiously. They are running on the UPS backups. I need to find the generators. But I don't know where the generator room is. I never looked at the blueprints. I collapse against the rack, defeated. My phone vibrates. A notification from the Smart City app, traffic flow optimized. Enjoy your commute. I look at the monitor on Oleg's old desk. The command line is scrolling text rapidly. Error. Error. Fatal exception. And then, the text stops. A new message appears. Green text on black background. If budget maintenance. Then a stem_failure. If US == Jalap maintenance. Display_logs. My blood freezes. The screen changes. It starts displaying my emails. The emails where I mocked the mayor. The emails where I told Skylar to ignore safety protocols. The spreadsheet showing the budget embezzlement to the marketing firm. But it's not just on this screen. Above ground, the smart nodes. The ones that haven't been knocked over. They are broadcasting my emails to the entire city. 10-foot-tall screens showing my corruption in 4K resolution. Subject, dumb peasants. Body, who cares about potholes? Just give them shiny screens. The press is filming it. The mayor is reading it. The paramedics trying to reach the crash sites are reading it. I sit on the floor of the server room, soaked in rain and sweat, holding a fire axe. My career is over. My life is over. The door opens. A security guard walks in. Sir, you need to come with me. The police are upstairs. I drop the axe. I walk out in a daze. The fallout is nuclear. 40 car accidents, 15 injuries, $10 million in property damage. And the data leak. The Julian leaks trend on Twitter for a week. I am fired for cause. Sued by the city. Sued by the bus company. Sued by the Tesla driver. I declare bankruptcy. They take the penthouse. They take the Porsche. They take my Eames chair. I am blacklisted from every municipal government in the country. Even the private sector won't touch me. I move back in with my parents in Ohio. My dad asks me why I didn't just fix the potholes. I have no answer. 6 months later. I need money. I get a job at a parking garage near the airport. Minimum wage. My job is to sit in a booth and take tickets. It is 3 a.m. I am reading a book on stoicism. A large black truck pulls up to the exit. I open the window. That'll be $12.50, I say without looking up. A hand extends a credit card. Rough, calloused hand. I take the card. I look at the driver. It's Oleg. He looks great. Tan. Rested. Wearing a flannel shirt that looks new. He smiles at me. Not a nice smile. A smile that knows. System works good here, he asks. I stare at him. My mouth opens but no sound comes out. Paper ticket, he says, tapping the steering wheel. Analog. Reliable. No latency. I swipe his card, hand it back. Have a nice night, I whisper. I will, he says. I am going fishing. The fish, they do not require API. He drives off. The gate arm goes up. The gate arm goes down. I watch his taillights fade into the night. I look at my little booth. There is a control panel for the gate. 2 buttons. Open, close. It is connected by a simple copper wire. It works every time. I press the open button. The gate goes up. I press the close button. The gate goes down. I start to laugh. A manic, broken laugh. I finally understand the infrastructure. I am the latency, and I have been deprecated. Be me. Parking attendant, 32M. And the gate works perfectly.